if no one else comes in for him, and we have to go back to Marseille and say, look, sorry, do you still want him? They're going to go, well, 15 million.
Are you taking the fucking piss?
Football dad's army. So listen, Arsenal ain't getting scarier. Arsenal are not going to sign a striker this season. We're messing around all the way through this window. It took, I know it was not only Arsenal's fault about Calafiori deal taking so long to complete. We know there was something between Bologna and Basel. They was negotiating over the sell-on clause, 50%. They got to split it or whatever that was. So it did take a little bit of time. But we are still dragging our heels in the transfer market. We need to get things done. There's only 2 weeks left. 2 weeks left, and then we've got Wolves. Then you've got to start the rubber. You've got other people saying about how Arsenal are going to win the league. All they need is a striker. They're linked to this one, linked to that one. Gyökeres, Osserman, Isaac, Xerxes, who ended up going to United. Loads of players we've been linked to. Midfielders like Fabio Ruiz, Mikel Merino, Bruno Guimaraes. We're linked to all these players. Mate, we're not. It is ridiculous to think that we're going to sign all these players for one. Right, how can we be linked to all these players? I know they're saying, oh, if you don't get this one, you're going to sign that one. But we haven't signed anybody yet, really, have we? We've got Julian Timber come back from his long-term injury, so he's like a new signing. Yeah, all right, that's a defender. Calafiori, yeah, defender. David Raya, we already had him last season on loan, so we've made that a permanent deal. Now he's going to be our number one keeper. We sold one of our greatest sparks, one of our shining lights, one of the players that made us all believe in Arsenal again, in Emile Smith-Rowe. I'm devastated about that. I can't believe you shouldn't be emotionally linked. Most feel like that about players to a certain extent, but I'm gutted about that. I'm not gutted that I'm gutted that he's left Arsenal, but I'm happy. I'm happy for Emile Smith-Rowe to, you know, I want him to progress. I want him to reach the peak of his career and right fucking crack on. I've got a lot of respect for him, man. What a player. What a player. And he's just going to be screaming at me of Serge Gnabry, you know, when he went out to Germany and smashed it. I've said this before as well about how he's become one of the most sought-after players in the world. Brilliant winger. Arsenal had him, but we let him go. I can see a repeat of that happening with Emile Smith-Rowe. But then we can't even get rid of Eddie Nketiah as well. Eddie Nketiah, I know I've said yesterday about digging your heels in and getting as much as you can for the player, but then I got a comment from the McManus Gaming saying, listen, it's pure profit basically. Just get him off the book so we can use the money to get even better. Which, you know what, he's got a point, to be honest. I mean, I was probably ranting yesterday, but when I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, you know what, the guy was right. Just let him go there. Just cut your losses now. I know I was saying dig your heels in, stop getting our pants pulled down. You know, act like a big club, like what always happens to us. Look what West Ham done to us over Declan Rice. They kept putting the money up. So, you know, we wind up paying a little bit over the odds, maybe 105 million, but you know how good Declan Rice come last season. His performances were class. So people are saying, like, yeah, he was worth the 105 million in the end. Well, you know, that's out for debate. You know, yeah and no, because it is a lot of money. But yeah, it didn't flop, in other words, and that's quite important as well. But getting rid of Eddie Nketiah is becoming to be a problem, and is that holding us up by buying a new striker? Is that the one deal we need to get at so we can then buy another striker? I know in pre-season Jesus' form, his form is much improved. He looks good. He looks lean. He looks fit. He looks ready. Is Arteta having a double think? Is he thinking, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, I'm not going to buy a striker. I'll stick with what I've got, and if they don't want to give me the money I want for Nketiah, then Eddie Nketiah is going to stay as well, which would be a huge mistake. It would be. He's going to be unhappy at the club. It might cause a little bit of a, you know, break the harmony a little bit, upset the apple cart in the dressing room. He's going to be unhappy. He's going to be sitting on the bench. He's going to be sulking, You know, we're going to call upon him one day and he's not going to be bothered. Look what happened to Ozil. Ozil was exactly the same. Ozil was happy just to pocket the money and not care about the club anymore. He was just happy because, don't forget, when Ozil was at Arsenal, his shirt, the Ozil was the highest selling shirt, the merchandise-wise. So this was another problem, and he got a little bit like arrogant about it, Ozil, in my opinion anyway, because he was selling the most shirts. Arsenal going to want to keep him on forever. That's why he got that huge deal. I think he was on nearly £300,000 a week at Arsenal, and he didn't even have to play for it. He didn't, and you can see that in his performances. And eventually we got him out the door. We probably got peanuts for him. I can't even remember what we got for him. But Aubameyang as well. Aubameyang was another one. We give him away. Are we going to wind up giving the Nketiah away? We don't want to do that. We want to get, it's pure profit. So we want to get some sort of money for him. And I've sort of tripped myself up a little bit by saying yesterday about digging your heels in, because now I'm thinking, you know what, we've got to, it's more serious than what I thought. I just thought it was Arsenal playing hardball and bent, and then Marseille were going to eventually go, you know what, we meet you in the middle. We offer 27, you want 35, let's make it 30. That's what I believe would have made the deal go through. I think they meet in the middle. I want 35, they offer 27. That's all right, let's meet in the middle. That would have been more acceptable. And, you know, I know I'm saying about we keep getting our pants pulled down and our asses smacked and all that shit. But listen, in this scenario now, I've had time to think about it a bit longer. And I do believe that we should just let him go. Just phone up Marseille and say, yeah, you know what, we've been a bit fucking arse over this. We've been arseholes. We know personal terms have also been apparently agreed as well. I keep saying apparently because this is only what I'm hearing. I haven't seen anything documented. I haven't seen anything documented properly, obviously. I'm only a fan. I only do videos of my opinion. So I don't know exactly what is happening behind the closed doors, but I'm only reacting on what I hear. So, you know, nothing's gospel in what I'm saying, but it's just my opinions. And opinions can change. Opinions can change. So, I mean, I'm not frightened of people saying to me, oh, but yesterday you were saying that dig your heels in. All that. Yeah, I was. But then you speak to people when, you know, you can debate things. I was talking to someone else and there was a comment on that video. And I thought to myself, you've got a point. You've got a point, mate. And I'm a little bit worried about the situation now, because now Marseille, if no one else comes in for him, and we have to go back to Marseille and say, look, sorry, do you still want him? They're going to go, well, 15 million. They're going to say do something stupid like that. So we've cut off our own nose to spite our face. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you soon.